All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by today. This is your reading for the full moon in Leo for February 16th, I believe it is. February 16th. Now, we have a lot going on that week already. We have Valentine's Day coming up on that Monday, the 14th. We have the full moon happening on the 16th. Depending on where you're at. And then on February 18th, we have the sun moving into the sign of Pisces. Okay, my shuffling was not working out. So Spirit, what do we need to know? What are we dealing with for the full moon on February 16th. Woo! So far we have the Ace of Swords. Now the Ace of Swords is all about seizing like a new opportunity. So maybe some of you guys are going to be dealing with a new job, maybe a new idea, new ventures. We also have the Two of Cups here. So maybe some of you guys are starting a new relationship. I mean, we do have Valentine's Day happening on February 14th. Let's see what else we got. Spirit, what else are we dealing with for the full moon, February 16th? We have the King of Cups in the reverse. Let's see. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles here as well. We have the High Priestess. A lot of you guys have been working really hard to achieve something. With the King of Cups there in the reverse, I'm kind of feeling that some of you may no longer be emotionally satisfied with the place that you're at right now. The full moon could be bringing in a lot of clarity here for you with that Ace of Swords there. And we also have the High Priestess, so a lot of you are being called to trust your intuition, start to lean on that a little bit more when you're starting to make these decisions. And let's see, we have the Five of Wands. Let's see, we're going to pull two more cards. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse position. And lastly, the King of Pentacles in the reverse as well. I feel like you guys might be dealing with a little bit of conflict in your life here with that Five of Wands. Again, with the Two of Cups there, it could be conflict in a partnership, not necessarily like a relationship partnership, could be like a work partnership. With that Ace of Swords and the Nine of Swords in the reverse here, some of you are starting to move past some anxiety you might have had about a situation. With the King of Pentacles in reverse next to it here, I feel like a lot of you are kind of in this place of like maybe not feeling financially stable. We also have the King of Cups, two King cards here in the reverse position. So you might not be feeling emotionally content, I don't want to say emotionally stable, but the full moon can kind of throw you off a little bit emotionally if you're really sensitive to full moon energy here. King of Pentacles, you might have been feeling stuck in this place of lack and anxiety, possibly anxiety about your financial situation. With them being in the reverse, though, I see you moving past it. With that Five of Wands, I'm feeling like conflict in a relationship or a work environment. That could be maybe some inner conflict that you've been dealing with. With the Two of Cups, usually it's about partnership and relationships, but it could also here be about having to make a choice, two paths being presented to you. With the High Priestess here, I'm just going to tell you guys, go with your intuition, go with your gut on this. Really listen, really tap into what you're feeling, what your intuition is telling you to do. Let's see. We're also going to pull some clarifying cards for each of these cards here. Woo! Oh, we already got some falling out. I'll start placing these, and I'm just going to keep shuffling until we have cards for all of them here. So we got a lot going on. The Ace of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. I'm sorry for my light there kind of shining on it. Hopefully you guys can see it. So with the Ace of Swords coming in, it could be a new venture. Four of Pentacles is like your foundation. So a lot of you guys could be building something new, building yourself up after something, building up your family and your foundation. With that Two of Cups here, we have the Queen of Swords. If this is a choice, a situation you've been dealing with, a lot of you guys with this full moon are going to be moving past it with a lot of mental clarity. The Queen of Swords, she knows what she wants, has an idea of where she wants to go in her mind, and she executes it. For some of you, if this is related to a partnership, I would take caution to not be so verbally sharp, if you get what I'm saying. The Queen of Swords can tend to be a little bit harsh sometimes. It's a no BS, clear-cut kind of energy. So if this is related to your partnership, try not to be too rigid. With the King of Cups, we have another King card here. We have the King of Wands, which is also in the reverse. I definitely feel like a lot of you guys are a little blocked right now. I mean, the King of Wands, he is a fiery, passionate, go-getter, knows what he wants. He's charismatic. And we also have the King of Cups there, and he's usually a very emotionally stable, grounded person, in touch with his emotions. So a lot of you might be feeling out of touch with your emotions and really what you want. And I think the full moon for a lot of you guys might be bringing in that sense of clarity for you. So yeah, a lot of you guys have been working really hard towards this opportunity, towards something that you want. Could be you've been working really hard in your job or your relationship. The Ace of Cups here, it could be like a renewal of your energy towards this thing. If you look at that Seven of Pentacles here, he's kind of looking at that stack of pentacles right next to him. Kind of just wondering, is this really worth it? Am I where I'm supposed to be? And I think the Ace of Cups here for some of you guys is going to be like a renewed sense of purpose. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Devil. So with the Eight of Pentacles, I'm kind of getting, if this is work related, you could be dealing with a toxic boss, but for most of you, I am feeling as though you've been working yourself sick. Working yourself maybe in a place where you don't feel emotionally cared for. You might feel stuck in this place that you're in. And so the full moon for some of you might be like breaking those chains that are keeping you tied to this toxic place that you're in. Definitely could be overworking yourself there. I would be cautious if this is you, if you feel resonating with that. I would just be cautious. This full moon could be a lot for you. Could be overstimulated, could be dealing with a lot of toxic workplace, maybe even just a toxic partnership. We did have that Two of Cups there. But also some of you might just be trapped in your own brain a little bit. You might be overthinking and feeling like you're not doing good enough, like you're not qualified possibly for what you're doing. But you're working really hard there, and I would kind of give yourself some credit if you are in that place. Now, the High Priestess here, really interesting because we have the Moon and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse here. So with that High Priestess card, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Moon both in the reverse. So a lot of you are being called to realign yourself, really bring yourself into harmony. With that Three of Pentacles, it's usually like a partnership of working together. I'm taking it as like, your three, your mind, your body, and your spirit. A lot of you are being called to realign those things in your life right now. With the moon in reverse, you could be feeling really disconnected from what it is that you truly want. Take some time this full moon to release what's no longer serving you, and maybe to think about the intentions that you would like to set for yourself for the new moon. All right, moving on. With the Five of Wands down here, we also have the Five of Swords. So yes, a lot of you here could be feeling stuck in a place of competition with others. With that Five of Swords, it could be inner conflict, competition with yourself in an unhealthy way. So the full moon could be bringing in some realignment for you, some freedom from the mental chains that are kind of binding you right now. It can be really easy to get stuck in these self-deprecating thoughts and to be stuck in this place where your thoughts are hurting you too. So I would just be really careful. Don't beat yourself up for anything. This full moon is in the sign of Leo. I've said that probably 10 times now, honestly. Leo is really about the self. It's ruled by the sun, and so I think a lot of you guys are going to be called this full moon to realign with your inner self, with your true self. And you can't align with yourself if you're mentally bullying yourself. If you're sitting there just dogging on yourself, not giving yourself credit for the hard work that you're doing. With the Nine of Swords in the reverse, we have the Six of Swords as well, in the upright. So this anxiety that you've been feeling is a prison of your own making in your mind here. With it being in the reverse, I definitely see you guys starting to move from this. But again, just be really cautious with that Six of Swords there, that you're not falling back into that pattern of being a prisoner of your own thoughts. We're the ones responsible for what's going on in our brain. And sometimes you have to actively sit there and tell yourself, like, stop being mean to me. You have to sit there and force a positive narrative in your own brain sometimes. And then for the King of Pentacles in reverse here, we did have two more cards pop out as well too. And they're both in the reverse. We have the Empress and the Tower here in reverse. So with the King of Pentacles and the Tower here, I'm really feeling that, those old foundations of being obsessed with material wealth are coming down, and you're rebuilding your foundation with that Four of Pentacles there. We also have the Empress in reverse, so a lot of you guys could have been really, really going through it. With the Tower there, I feel like a lot of you guys have been pulled down to your absolute bare foundation. With the Empress card in reverse there and the King of Pentacles, I really feel that it was a total and complete breakdown of your foundations. But with breakdowns comes breakthroughs. Really listen to your intuition. Really connect with it. Because if you've been broken down like this and you're searching for an answer, starting a new venture in your life with that Ace of Swords there, you could be wondering, where do I go from here? What do I do? So really connect with your intuition. Really sit with yourself and try to assess who it is that you want to be. Both of these people, the King of Pentacles and the Empress, they're sitting on thrones. But you have to be careful what the throne is built on, what the foundation is built on. If it is a shaky foundation and it's not a strong foundation, it will break down. We have that Four of Pentacles there with the Ace of Swords right at the very beginning. So I really feel like a lot of you guys are being rebuilt. This full moon could be bringing in revelations for a lot of you guys on who it is that you are, who you want to be, and where you want to go, what you want to do. Now is the time. If you have been considering reinventing yourself, rebuilding yourself, now is the time to do that. Now is the time to set those plans into action. Listen to your intuition. Put in the work with that Eight of Pentacles that we had earlier. Put in the work. And try not to get caught up in anxiety along the way. understand that you are powerful, and unlocking, your passion and your feelings and your intuition will lead you through this more than anything else. All right, so let's get started pulling some of these other cards here. This is the Animal Spirits Oracle deck. Let's see, are there any other messages for us for the full moon in Leo on February 16th? Ooh. Moth Spirit. Surrender now. Surrender yourself to this transformation. Sometimes if you resist the pull that you're feeling, if you resist that feeling of like needing to go somewhere else, if you resist the energy, it doesn't stop it from coming through. It just makes it harder on you. What else? I'm going to take these two cards. We have Dove Spirit here, which says be peace. So really try to avoid the conflict for right now, Be peace. Be the bigger person. Take the high road a little bit. We have the Pig Spirit here, which says use your mind wisely. So yeah, when you guys start to connect with that, with your intuition, and you start using your mind, I find that you'll find the answers a lot easier than you expect you would. And it might seem crazy what you come up with. Sometimes you just have to roll with the crazy a little bit. Sometimes you just have to go with it, because on the other side of that is stuff beyond your wildest dreams. All right, Spirit, let's get one more. Beautiful, thank you. We have White Raven Spirit, which says trust in the magic. Let's go ahead and pull some cards from the Universe Has Your Back deck here. And let's see what else we have here. That one wanted to come out. I surrender to a power greater than me. I surrender to a power greater than me. So yeah, especially with that Moth Spirit there and the White Raven Spirit, surrender now and trust in the magic. Surrender to a power greater than yourself. Like I was saying, sometimes you can just be paddling a boat and going downstream, And if you just surrender, you'll be taken to where you're trying to go. But it won't be so painful for you. You won't be so focused on trying to get there faster. And along the way, if you're just sitting there rowing as hard as you can, trying to get to this place, you can miss a lot of really beautiful things on the way. I think it's really cool how in both decks, with the Animal Oracle, we have the moth, and then with the Universe Has Your Back deck, we also have a sort of butterfly up there. So I think it's very interesting. I feel like with a lot of these flying animals here, even the Pig Spirit here on this card has wings. So I feel like the full moon for a lot of you guys is going to be bringing in some, a feeling of lightness, feeling of lightening your load. When you choose to surrender, it takes a load off of you, You choose to let something go off your plate and say, I'm no longer going to worry about this. And it can leave you feeling really light. All right. What else? What else we got? Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. A lot of you guys might have been holding on to this pain for a while. really just like calling for help. And I think Spirit really wants you to know that help is here. Things are constantly working in the world towards your benefit. Even in the moment, if it doesn't feel like it, even if you feel like you've been abandoned or left behind. I mean, we have the moon in reverse here. A lot of you guys could be feeling abandoned and in pain. And so some of you might be being called to surrender that pain and to trust that you're being guided. You know, with this dove spirit, it says be peace. So maybe you've been holding on to this pain and you're being called to surrender it and to cling to peace for yourself and for your own sake. This other card here that came out says, I am the loving energy of the universe. So maybe some of you might not be feeling loved. You might be feeling abandoned, left behind, unloved. Just know that there's always at least one person in the world who can love you, and that is always yourself. And you should always be the first person to step up and love yourself. The love that you have for yourself is something that can never be taken away from you. It is something you can always choose. And even if nobody else in the world can see your worth and your value, if you can see worth and value in yourself, if you can love yourself, it's radical. It's incredibly radical. And it will change you. And with that Leo full moon, I mean, you guys will be seeing, it'll be bringing in and showing you that bright love. You'll be finding that bright light within yourself and really connecting with your inner divinity with that. I feel like I need to pull 2 more cards from this deck. Spirit gave me 3. We'll read these 3. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So yeah, exactly what I was saying, you guys. When you take the time to connect, when you're connected to your joyful presence, when you connect to yourself, your inner divinity, your inner love, your inner light, and you start feeding that all back into yourself, giving back to yourself, you attract support from the universe. Trust in the magic from that raven spirit. Once you start to trust and let go, you can be met with such a really beautiful give back, you know? When you finally find that you stop resisting and you start trusting and you start leaning into it, the universe leans right back. The universe, God, the divine, whatever form you choose to call it, gives right back to you. You just have to trust in it, trust in Him. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. You guys, exactly what I had been saying, okay? With the dove spirit there, be at peace. When you embrace peace within and surrender the outcome, trust in the magic, surrender now. Surrender to a power greater than yourself. Because the moment that you do that is the moment that the universe can truly get to work, that the divine can start to finally work through you and work with you and move you towards where you want to go. When you stop resisting and stop fighting so hard to go to where you want to go, and you just release and trust, the universe can bring you right there. Can bring you there in ways that if you had been forcing yourself, you might have not even seen that solution. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. You guys, this is so powerful. This is so powerful right now. In every moment, even when you might not feel it, even when you feel disconnected and sad and isolated, in every moment, even when you feel like your tower has been shaken, has been brought down to nothing, Even when you've been knocked off of your high and mighty throne, in those moments when you've been brought down to nothing, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Because at the end of the day, love is what is most important. This was supposed to be just a really chill full moon reading, you guys. But I think really with this full moon being in the sign of Leo is going to be a really incredibly powerful time to reconnect with your self-love. Don't let anybody tell you that that is a bad thing. Don't let anybody tell you that thinking you are a boss, that you are the baddest. Don't let anybody tell you that it's a bad thing, because it's not. Because the world could really use a lot more self-love. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me. Let me know if you got some value out of this reading, you guys, because I feel like this was incredible. It might just be me. Maybe it's just a message from the universe to myself, in all honesty, but, I feel like there's a lot of us out here who could really use a reminder to be more kind to yourself. So thank you for joining me today. If you found value out of this reading, give me a like, comment down below, let me know, and I love you guys.